Rain poured over the city, tapping on the window of a small, dimly lit apartment where a man sat staring at his phone. His thumb hovered over the screen, debating whether to press confirm. A blind date. He hadn't done this in years. But when his best friend begged him, just one dinner, bro. You owe me. He reluctantly agreed. What he didn't know was that this one evening would change everything, not just his life, but his daughter's future too. Ethan was a single dad of 6 years. Life hadn't gone easy on him since his wife passed away from an illness that came too fast, too soon. He had been both mother and father to little Lily, juggling late-night shifts as a mechanic and early morning school drop-offs. Every day was a hustle, every smile he gave her a promise that he'd never let her feel the emptiness he carried inside. Love? That was a door he'd locked long ago. But tonight, against his own rules, he was stepping out again only to repay a favor. He arrived at the restaurant wearing his one good shirt, nervously fixing his collar. Just dinner, he muttered under his breath. Just get through it. The place was high-end, far above what he was used to. Candles, live piano, people in suits. He already felt out of place. Then he saw her. Across the table sat a woman in a sleek black dress, her presence sharp but elegant. She glanced up from her phone, her expression unreadable. Ethan, she asked softly. Her voice carried the calm confidence of someone used to being in charge. He nodded, a bit startled. Yeah, that's me. As they exchanged polite smiles, Ethan tried to make small talk, expecting an awkward, forgettable evening. But something about her eyes caught him off guard. They weren't cold or superior like he expected from someone who clearly came from a different world. They were tired. Lonely, even. So, what do you do? She asked, trying to sound casual. I fix cars, he said with a faint grin. Been doing it for about 12 years now. You? She hesitated, taking a sip of water. I run a company. Actually, I'm the CEO of Revel Tech. He blinked. That name wasn't just familiar, it was everywhere. Billboards, tech ads, city projects. She noticed his expression and smiled slightly. Yeah, I know. It's not really dinner conversation, is it? He chuckled. Well, it beats me talking about oil changes. To his surprise, she laughed, a real laugh, not the polite kind. It broke the ice. They began to talk, really talk. She told him about her late nights, how success came with loneliness, how people looked at her title but never her. He told her about Lily, about bedtime stories and peanut butter sandwiches, about losing his wife and learning to keep going. The waiter brought dessert, but neither touched it. They were too lost in conversation, two strangers connecting in a way neither had expected. For the first time in years, Ethan wasn't thinking about bills or exhaustion or what came next. He was seen. When the night ended, she smiled. Thank you, Ethan. I can't remember the last time I felt normal. He smiled back. You should try it more often. She laughed softly, promising to call him again. But as Ethan walked home under the rain, something in his chest shifted. It wasn't love, not yet, but it was hope. And for him, that was new. Days turned into weeks. Ethan didn't expect her to call, but she did. Again and again. Their worlds couldn't have been more different. She arrived in black cars, he rode the bus. Yet somehow, they fit. She came by his garage one afternoon, surprising him in jeans and sneakers. The workers stared, whispering. The CEO of Revel Tech watching a mechanic fix an engine? It was almost unbelievable. You actually do this every day? She asked, peering curiously. Yep, he said, wiping grease from his hands. Nothing glamorous, but it keeps me honest. She smiled. It's real. Over time, she became part of his world. Movie nights with Lily, quiet dinners at home, coffee runs where no one cared about her title. For the first time, she felt grounded. But their happiness didn't go unnoticed. The tabloids caught a photo of them together, and suddenly her board members weren't happy. He's not from your world, Claire, one of them said during a tense meeting. He'll ruin your image. That night, she sat in her car outside Ethan's apartment, tears blurring her vision. The door opened, and Lily ran out barefoot, waving. Miss Claire. Daddy made pasta. Come in. She smiled through the tears and followed the little girl inside. The warmth of the small apartment hit her like sunlight. Ethan was stirring sauce in the kitchen, looking back with that same, calm grin. Rough day? She nodded, and in that moment, all the boardroom voices, the pressure, the noise, it all faded. Weeks later, when rumors spread and investors questioned her judgment, Claire stood tall in front of her board. You want a leader who pretends? Or one who remembers what it's like to fight for something real? Her voice didn't waver. Ethan taught me that strength doesn't wear suits, it wears oil stains and still shows up for his daughter every single day. The room went silent. No one argued. Months passed, and their bond only deepened. Ethan never tried to impress her, he didn't have to. And Claire didn't try to save him, she just showed up. Together, they built something stronger than either expected. One evening, while walking Lily home from the park, Claire held Ethan's hand and whispered, I agreed to a blind date as a favor once. But I didn't know I'd meet the man who'd teach me what love really means. Ethan smiled, pulling her close as Lily skipped ahead. Funny, he said softly, I thought I was just doing someone a favor too. And under that sunset, two people from different worlds finally realized love doesn't always come when you're looking for it. Sometimes, it finds you when you've given up on finding anything at all.